Good morning, my Carnivore Comfort Cuisine Kitchen friends. I'm so happy you joined me this morning for breakfast. You know, everyone wants to know, what do you eat in a day? Well, what you see here is a sample of everything that I have to choose from to eat for breakfast, and this is just only part of it, trust me. But you know, I have a very important theory that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, no matter what time you eat it. I know with intermittent fasting that you might start out later in the day, but it helps me to kind of keep in the groove of having breakfast that I've always been used to all my life. So I like to make sure my breakfast is a very hearty breakfast, because I know it gets me set for the day. It gets me in tune, body, mind, and soul, for what my mission is, and it gets a lot of the different variety in that I need in the morning, because pretty much for my other meals, I'm just going to focus on the meat only. But I want you to see all the different possibilities that there are to have for breakfast. Right now, I just poured myself a delicious cup of coffee, and all I'm going to be having in it is my heavy whipped cream. Sometimes I do put butter in it for a little bit of extra oil. But the heavy whipped cream, no carbs, makes it creamy and delicious. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I will cook up a lot of this for a whole week, and I can freeze things like the link sausage, the Canadian, I've got some Canadian bacon, though you can have any kind of ham. Sometimes I have smoked pork chops. Here I have some homemade sausage patties that I made. You know how hard it is to find sausage patties out there at the grocery store or even at the butcher that doesn't have sugar in it. So all I do is I buy a pound of ground pork, and I looked up the ingredients for what the herbs were in ground pork, so I could just pretty much make my own. And what I realized with all the herbs that are in it is also in herbes de Provence, which I happen to have a little jar full of. So I just mixed that up with the ground pork and fried up some patties, and voila, you've got some really good clean sausage patties. Now, what you see here is your famous cloud bread. You know, we all love that. I make my own cloud bread, but this is something that I got from the freezer section at the grocery store called Cloudies. They're in the freezer section next to the bagels and breads. And they come in really handy in a pinch when you don't have time to make up the cloud bread. And they are comparable in taste. Making your own cloud bread is a little bit cleaner, but they do work in a pinch. So along with the sausage links, the bacon, the sausage patties, you know, you could fry up some salmon patties, putting some pork rinds and salmon, canned salmon together, and fry it up just the same way you did the sausage patties. And you could have liver for breakfast, and I do have that, but I didn't have time to make my liver now to show you. But you can have eggs any way you like them. We've got some scrambled eggs here. Sunny side up here. I have an omelet here that I think you're just gonna love. I've got some goat chevre inside the omelet, and then I sprinkled some shredded Parmesan on top with a dash of herbes de Provence. You can tell that's my favorite herb blend. But then we've got some mini quiches over there, which is basically you just whip up 5 eggs with a cup of cheese and about 3/4 cups of yogurt is what I usually use. I didn't have it today, so I used sour cream, and so rich and delicious. What about chaffles? I get a lot of questions about chaffles. Those are another really easy thing to make. Just crack 1 egg in a bowl, put a handful of cheese in, stir it up a little bit, and throw it in your little mini waffle maker for about 3 or 4 minutes. And folks, you never know the difference if it's not a real waffle. And I can fool the grandkids really easily too. They love it. Also, sometimes in the morning when I am quick on the go, I make up a quick smoothie. I'll either use half and half of the heavy cream and water with some protein mix. My favorite right there is a Carnivore Complete grass-fed and pastured bone broth mix. I have to show you this mix. You're gonna love it. Okay, hold on. It's so quick. It's got beef tallow in it, beef bone broth powder, egg white protein. Then what's great about it is it has an organ blend. It's got liver, kidneys, heart, spleen, and pancreas. And it's very tasty, good on the go, and for a quick breakfast on the run. Also, if you need another quick breakfast, hello, the bone broth itself. Now this is beef bone broth I've got there, but what I've got in my cup here, you're just gonna love this, is chicken bone broth. Just heated it up, and it's so quick and easy to make some egg drop soup, which I'm gonna show you right now. This is very hot, so when I crack this egg and put it in, woohoo, we got a party going on here. You just stir it up. And that egg is gonna cook in the broth. Just give it a few minutes. And for those of you who like Chinese food, this is the next best thing, especially with some really good bone broth. If you can make the bone broth yourself, that's the best and most nutritious broth that you can get. So there you have it, folks. Oh, don't forget your butter. The more butter, the better. Also, when you are cooking, use ghee the best that you can, because ghee does not burn in the pan. Raw ghee is better, but ghee is the rendered fat out of it, and that's what I use most of all in my cooking, along with beef tallow. So, how are you doing? First of the year here, getting through all those resolutions. Anybody stumbled along the way? Well, folks, it happens. Even me, I get tempted. Something bad goes in my mouth now and then, and you're kicking yourself, but you can't stay down. You can't stay down, because if you fall down and you stay down, you're not going to achieve your dreams. But if you fall down and you get back up, that's what makes dreams come true. So I'm getting ready to get my plate and get some of this breakfast. I will be putting a lot of it back up in the freezer. I just wanted to cook up a whole bunch and show you how I do it once a week. For mostly the meats, a lot you can freeze. But just remember, victory is every morning when you wake up and open your eyes and you say, what a great morning it is. I'm gonna have a heavenly day. I'm gonna eat meat, and I'm gonna have that sparkling health and happiness that we're all on the way to. And the journey is better together. Don't forget, my kitchen door is always open, and there's always a seat at the table for you. Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe.